Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino listener by me. So let's get into it. The explosion had come out of nowhere. 1 second, the room was silent, and the next, you were thrown across the floor as the walls shook and crumbled. Your head was spinning, dust clouding your vision as you tried to make sense of what had happened. The ground beneath you was uneven. Chunks of stone and debris scattered across the floor. Your arms trembled as you pushed yourself up, trying to move. Arlecchino, you croaked, her name slipping from your lips instinctively. She was nearby. You were sure of it. She always was. The sound of your own breathing was deafening in the chaos, until a faint voice broke through. Mayan. It was her. You turned your head toward the sound, relief rushing through you. Arlie, you called weakly, coughing as the smoke filled your throat, and in an instant, she appeared through the haze, her eyes glowing with the fire of their own. Her coat swirled around her as she moved, agile and purposeful, her sharp gaze locking onto you the moment she saw you. Stay right where you are, she commanded, her voice firm, but laced with urgency. You tried to stand, but your legs wavered. I'm fine, you said, although the lie was quite obvious. Clearly not. You're lucky to be alive. She snapped, already crossing the distance between you. Her hands grasped your shoulders, steadying you as she quickly scanned you for injuries. I didn't exactly plan on getting blown up, you muttered, attempting a weak smile, and her lips pressed into a thin line, and she did not reply immediately. Instead, she looped her arm around your waist and pulled you closer. We need to get out of here. Now. And before you could argue, another loud crash echoed behind you, sending a fresh wave of dust into the air. You felt her grip tighten on you as she practically dragged you forward. Move, she barked, her voice sharp and commanding, and you stumbled, leaning heavily into her, trusting her to lead you. She moved with purpose, navigating the crumbling building, as if she already knew every safe path to take. The sound of more collapsing walls grew louder behind you, pushing you both to move even faster. Arlecchino, you should leave me. I'm slowing you down. You rasped, struggling to keep up with her pace. And her steps faltered just for a second, and she turned to glare at you, her crimson eyes blazing with anger. Don't you dare say that. I'm not leaving you behind. But, no. You're mine, Mayan. And I'll drag you out of this with my bare hands if I have to. She cut you off firmly, and the sincerity and fire in her words, it all left you speechless. Your heart pounding louder than the collapsing building around you. She didn't wait for your response. She hoisted you up, shifting your weight as she carried you toward the nearest exit. The light from the outside grew brighter as the two of you neared the doorway. And with a final burst of energy, Arlecchino pulled you both through, stumbling out into the open air, just as the building gave its final groan and caved in behind you. Dust and debris flew past, but you were safe, together. You gasped for breath, collapsing onto the ground, the cool air sharp against your lungs. Arlecchino crouched beside you, her hands cupping your face as she studied you with an intensity that made your pulse quicken. "Are you all right?" she asked, her voice quieter now. Her thumbs brushed gently against your cheeks, wiping away smudges of dust. And you managed a faint nod, though you couldn't stop the cough that rattled your chest. "I've been better," you admitted with a weak smile, and her expression softened, though the storm in her crimson eyes remained. "You're lucky I got there in time. If I'd been a second later, then. But you weren't. You always come for me, right on time." Her lips pressed into a thin line, and she leaned forward, resting her forehead against yours. "Of course I do. Do you think I'd let anything take you from me?" Your breath hitched, and you raised a shaky hand to rest on her arm. "I knew you'd save me. You always do that." She let out a soft, humorless laugh, pulling back just enough to meet your eyes again. "You may be reckless, but you're mine, and I don't let go of what's mine." The weight of her words warmed you despite the cold, and you smiled faintly. "I guess I'll just have to stop getting myself into trouble then." "See that you do, because I won't always be so forgiving." You laughed softly, wincing at the ache in your ribs. "All right then. Thank you, Arlecchino. Just trust. You're safe now." And as she sat beside you, her presence steady and unwavering, you knew that no matter how dangerous things got, no matter what happened, she would always be there to pull you right from the fire. And right now, you were going to soak in that presence and relish in the fact that you'd happen to see the dawn another day. And in the end, it's all because of her.